Hey everyone, welcome to one of our extra episodes. So we thought it'd be really cool to talk about entrepreneurship for this episode since we both have our own business and then some of the misconceived thoughts people have. So yeah, we're just sharing our experience. So Carmen, do you want to start off kind of just, a brief summary about, what you do, your day-to-day life, and then also some things people think about your job that isn't necessarily what it seems.
Yeah, so for me, I run an online business where I sell things through Amazon. And my day-to-day life is mostly just contacting customers, contacting suppliers, checking on inventory, restocking things. And yeah, actually, depending on the season, sometimes it has ups and downs, right? Like sometimes it's busy, sometimes it's not. For us, our peak periods are mostly holiday seasons. And yeah, a lot of people just the misconception I find that it's like a very chill job and it's very relaxing, but I'm sure as Christina can attest to,
Mhm.
it's not always like that. There are definitely advantages, but there are also a
Mhm.
lot of disadvantages. So yeah, Christina, what about you? You
Yeah.
talk about your
Um,
job.
yeah, for me, I run a dance studio. So basically all of the management, managing all the teachers, scheduling events, dancers, all of that. And then, yeah, like a lot of times people think like, oh, it's so chill, you work after 3. And then kind of like, when people come in, I can just talk to them and stuff, right? But totally like what you said, we're constantly thinking about how to improve our job, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
past work hours at like 10 or 11 p.m., even at midnight, I'm responding to people. We work full weekends. And then
Yeah.
it's just like, I feel like the reason why it sounds like it's hard now that I mention it, but the reason why I chose it because also the flexibility where we are our own boss, right? So if we want to go
Yeah.
travel, in a regular job you can't travel, but we make work a workcation where we can, every year I plan like overseas trips so that way I can travel, but we're also working. But at the same time, it's like
Yeah.
people think it's so flexible, this, that, but our brains are on like business 24/7,
Yeah,
right?
definitely. It's like for me, we sell most of our products in UK and in US. Actually, we don't even really sell in Australia. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times I'm staying up really late, talking to people in
Mm-hmm.
America, talking to people in Europe about things.
Yeah.
And yeah, same as you, like people see like, oh, you travel a lot, but a lot of
Yeah.
times, it's for work. Like I travel to Asia a lot because we get manufacturing done there and we
Yeah.
have, a lot of processes that occur in Asia. So
Yeah.
that's why I go there really often. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's a really good point that you mentioned that
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurship is really hard because it's not like a normal job where
Yeah.
after work you can kind of just switch off and focus on completely on your own things, because
Yeah.
it's not your business that you're worrying about when
Mm-hmm.
you're working for other people. You
Mm-hmm.
can kind of just get your work done, get your task done, and then go home and just you're completely on your own time. But
Yeah.
with when you run your own business and when you're
Yeah.
doing your own things, like you said, you're always constantly thinking about your business, like how
Mm-hmm.
can I improve it, what can we do better, is there
Yeah.
anything that I've missed today.
Yeah.
And because it's so accessible, especially for
Mm-hmm.
me to work, because it's mostly online,
Yeah.
I can always turn on the computer and,
Yeah.
get work done. And it's hard to kind of have that balance where,
Yeah.
you feel like, I don't know if you have this problem, but I feel like
Yeah.
when I'm doing things like in my own time, not
Mm-hmm.
work related, I kind of feel a bit guilty where it's like, oh, I
Right,
could be doing
totally. Same
this.
here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I feel like also running your own business, it's like the mental pressure, right? Because like I used to work at, like other jobs, right? Then it's kind of like you go in 9 to 5, you go out, you don't have to think about it, no pressure if, the clients don't work or whatever. It's, who cares, right? It's another company's problem.
Yeah,
But then for us,
exactly.
it's like for you, you must have like had this experience if a customer writes a bad review for your product, right? Or something. Or for me, if like someone complains, like we feel very like personally affected towards it. Like it can
Yeah.
affect your mental health, right? So it's like there are its pros where it's very fulfilling, right? I always say the amount of effort we put in is the amount of effort to improve your business. But at the same time, it can also take,
Yeah.
if we don't have self-care, we don't have good work-life balance, it could take a mental toll on
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. I
Yeah.
think it's really important to kind of know when to step back and when to be stressed about things and when not to be stressed
Yeah.
about things, because if you get fussed about every little thing, then it's
Mhm.
really hard being an entrepreneur. Like you need to just realize that sometimes things are out of your control and
Yeah.
you do the best that you can, and then the things that just don't work out, then just
Mhm.
find a different approach or go a different way.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
definitely it is a very very fulfilling job. I love the
Mhm.
freedom, same as you.
Yeah.
And yeah, always very thankful to be able to, do something like this, because I know a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
people who are caught up in jobs where
Mhm,
one, they don't enjoy it, and two,
mhm.
there's no freedom. And
Yeah.
to me, like, freedom is the most important thing.
Yeah. I
Like, I
agree.
love having the ability to go where I want, to,
Yeah.
have the money to be able to go where I want, and to be able
Yeah.
to do my job wherever,
Hmm.
wherever
Yeah.
allows. So
Yeah, I
I'm sure
always
it's
have
the
like
same for
this
you.
model. Yeah, for me, like we only have one life to live, right? So you got to find
Yeah.
what's your passion and what can sustain, as a living, right? Like maybe we want to be a magician, but that's not stable, right? So why not find a balance? Work for like a magician company and then, it's part of your passion plus you can have stable income, right? So yeah, I feel like my little tip, like earlier you mentioned one of your tips, my little tip is definitely finding that balance between passion and how you can sustain. And then also, making little goals for yourself. Like as entrepreneurs, you will always have very big goals you want to achieve. Like for me, it might be like, in the end, I want to have a talent agency or whatever. But if you don't have it in 3 years, you're going to be sad. So always little goals, like a step at a time, right? So then it's like very fulfilling each time you meet your milestone. So
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. I think there's a lot of happiness to be had in achieving little goals as well.
Mhm.
Like every day these days, I try to set one main thing that I need to get done for work today. And then
Yeah.
once I finish that thing, I feel happy, and I try not to do anything more than that. So it's like the
Mhm.
main goal that I have to do today. Once I get
Yeah.
it done, then I'm good. And then I try not to do anything else after that, or else
Yeah.
I find that I just get burnt out.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
I
I
don't
think
get
it's really
burnt
good to,
out. I just have like this problem where I want to do too many things at the same time. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I
Yeah.
mean, it's not burnt out, but it's like more like overwhelmed, where
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you think about, so there's so many things to do, and I find that if I keep thinking about how many things there are to do,
Mm,
I just don't get anything done because it's
yeah.
not productive for me. Like I just keep like task switching,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's like really hard to focus on one thing when I have so many things to do. So I find that what works best for me is
Yeah. Mhm.
breaking things down to just like one main thing, and then like maybe a few sub things, and then I'll just get that thing done. And
Yeah.
then once I do that, I feel proud of myself, and then I try to relax. So I
Yeah.
feel like that really helped me stay sane,
Yeah.
especially during busy times.
Yeah, and also having like a, side hobby, side hustle, like what we're doing right now, right? Like this is kind of
Oh
like work
yeah.
to us, but at the same time, it's taking our head off of working our regular thing. I do know a lot of parents also, they told us like they want to like volunteer at the studio and stuff. I'm like, oh, your work schedule's so busy. And then like what one parent told me is that helps me not work by, volunteering to like
Yeah.
sew something or do something. Yeah. So definitely having some side things. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, hobbies or passions I think are really important as well in life. Like I
Yeah.
know there's a lot of people who are just into like, exercising, going to the gym and stuff, but I think outside of like personal health and fitness, like I think it's good to have a hobby for I was reading something about having hobbies, and they said you should have like three hobbies. One is for creativity,
Yeah.
one is for health, and the other one is for like IQ development, like
Mm.
developing intelligence.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's really interesting, like reading and then exercising and then something creative on the side. I
Yes.
heard that that's like the ideal, three hobbies you should have
Mm.
to, keep your brain
Oh,
working at
I
the
should open
best.
a book club or something at my studio then, right? And a coffee shop. Then I can have all three.
Yeah.
Haha, put it in.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, I
okay,
mean, like,
thank you.
yeah, thank you guys for listening. We just wanted to share a little insight about our personal lives, personal careers, and then hopefully, some of our tips to inspire you guys to reach out to your passions and yeah.
Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in as always. And yeah, we'll catch you next time.